and it's time for me to leave England, head off for a new 6-month adventure to South America. And as I turn the camera around, it's 10 degrees in my hometown of Darlington. It is damp, miserable, although there is blue skies. But my first destination of Brazil, check this morning, 32 degrees, blue skies. So my journey today is I'm heading to train station Darlington. Got a train all the way down to Stansted Airport. I've got a flight to Madrid Airport in Spain with an 8-hour layover, and then a direct flight from there straight to São Paulo. It's cost me 430 quid, which isn't bad. And the train going down there to Stansted Airport is, I think it was about £40. I booked it about 2 weeks ago. All my bags that I need for the next 6 months, with all my clothes, tech, everything else, carried all the way. My budget, £25 a day, with a little bit of leeway for when I want to be a little bit extravagant, if I get a chance to. The train is actually in about 20 minutes time, just from down here. But I have been back for 4 months now. I always say that I would never come back to England during the winter time, but it was Christmas, New Year, so it was nice to be back. But I'm looking forward to being on the road. I mean, even with the blue skies up there, it does look nice, but 10 degrees doesn't make it feel like a summer. So I am going away for 6 months. If you saw my previous video, you'll know that I'm going around the whole of South America as much as I can, except for Venezuela, for obvious reasons. But train station just down here. And this is it. Farewell to Darlington. So I've not really walked that far, but carrying this backpack, in fact the 2 backpacks, you can tell I'm not used to it. I'm out of breath. My fitness has gone downhill big time.
Due to today's poor weather, please take extra care around the station.
Well, I'm here early, got 10 minutes left here before the train arrives. Managed to take my bags off. Really heavy. Shows you how much of an easy life I've had over the last 4 months. But this is Darlington train station. So after 4.5 hours of being on 3 trains, I'm at Stansted Airport. Now I would have shown you the journey that I took, but it was uneventful. But it's dark, it's miserable still. And I think this is the way in. So I'm flying with Ryanair. The flight leaves in about 3.5 hours time. So this is perfect. Oh my god, it's quiet. It's dead. So there's this international. Right, if I can find out where Ryanair is. Found it. Mind you, you can't exactly miss it. So it's all D, E and F, and that's where all the cool kids are right now. All very confusing, but I managed to sort it out. So I checked in online this morning, and paperless and also staffless, so you've got to do a check-in yourself on the machines down there, and then you've got to take your big backpack down here to where the H is, all on your own. You get nobody really helping you much. and then straight through departures. Nobody's checked my passport yet, but they take my bag. So let's go through. And obviously because it's customs, no cameras. Well, that was pretty straightforward. One person did look at my passport, but very quickly, even looked at my face, and there's hardly any hassle. They did ask me why I had 2 phones and 2 power banks. Because I'm going away for 6 months. So this is Stansted Airport. I've got 3 hours till my flight. Now I did go out this morning and buy a lot of food so I could eat cheaply, but on the first train I ate it all. I was a little bit hungry. Oops. Oh, Wetherspoons. But this is where my £25 a day budget starts from. I've got to be really careful. And because it's a Ryanair flight, I know I'm not going to get any food on there. So it might be a case of just grabbing a quick sandwich from W.H. Smith. I am keeping away from the evils of Burger King and McDonald's. It's really quiet. Right, we'll grab a quick sandwich. A £5 for a sandwich? I don't think so. So I've had a little wander into Cafe Nero. Just spent the last hour in there having a coffee and a flapjack. That'll keep me going. I realise I'm not going to really sort of start my budget until I get over to Brazil. It's quite small. I was expecting Stansted Airport to be a lot bigger. So the time is now 18:44, 7:15 at night. The plane is due at 8:30. So all I'm going to do now is find a seat, sit down, chill. It is 15 minutes before the plane takes off officially, and they've just released the gate number of where we're meant to go, and all of a sudden people are moving. So it's gate number 43. I've just been having a little wander around because sitting around a little bit boring after a while. So all gates is that way. Now this could be a full flight. But I do know that when I got in the plane, it's a 3-hour journey. I'll be asleep. And this is Madrid Airport, España, Spain. The Ryanair flight was a bit crazy. In the space of 2 minutes, everybody was confused trying to work out how to get on the flight. There was just so many people that I just couldn't be bothered filming in case I caused any hassle. So with Ryanair flights, you don't choose where you sit, because if you want to choose where you sit, you've got to pay extra. There's not many people brought bags on the flight, so you had people split all over, families on the plane. So as soon as the light came off, everybody was just walking around. Oh, there's my bag. I was wondering what was happening. I was waiting for all the bags to turn out. So I've got a layover of 8 hours here, and I'm going from a Ryanair flight to Brazilian. I need to check it, but first I need to go through customs. turn off the camera. Okay, I'm through into the outside. Oh my god, it's dead. So obviously this is departures. No, this is arrivals. So I need departures, which will probably be, I've no idea, I've never been here before. So the flight wasn't 3 hours, it was 2 hours. Spain's an hour ahead of the UK. That's where I got confused. So it's now 11 o'clock at night, just after. And the queue for the EU side was massive, and the non-UE side coming through was small, which is why I was so quick. Right, let me get some fresh air. Right, I am now upstairs in departures, and I've just checked all the flights. Not 8 hours, it's 9 hours, and this is my check-in desk, which I don't think will be open till about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So as you can see, it's very quiet. Nothing's open. Lots of police. So I think my bed for the night is going to be just there, because I haven't got 8 hours, I've got 9 hours layover. Damn. Wonder where they're going. It's now after 4 o'clock in the morning. I've had a couple of hours of sleep. Not against this wall, but that is surprisingly comfortable. Really, because it's full of clothes. It's been quietish, but right now it's starting to get busier and busier, which means that I can't sleep. And to make it even worse, my flight's been delayed by 4 hours. So it's, instead of 8:35, it's 12:40 now that's leaving. So that means I don't get into São Paulo till about 8 o'clock at night. It's not the end of the world. I was hoping to get there sort of early evening, go straight to bed. Damn. So the gates I'm after to check in, I've checked in online, but it's down that way. It's with the flight Azur, which is Brazilian. They've said that they're taking their time to set up because the flight's delayed. Oh, a little bit tired. It's now 5:15 in the morning. I've just checked in to Azul. There are a few people that are not happy about this delay. Oh, not happy at all. So now I've checked in, I can go through to the other side. But what they have given me is, find it, it's a free breakfast for €10 as an apology. Now, knowing the airport prices, €10 is not going to get much. But I want to go through. I'll see you on the other side. So I've just come through all the way where the baggage, they check the baggage and all that lot. And there was a pret-à-manger. So I treated myself to a free sandwich, toasty, which was €10. And then this is the international area, the non-EU. So places like London, Brazil. and there's nothing here. Oh, there's a cafe. So right now it is about 6:30. I've still got about 6 hours left to do. There's a Starbucks. I'm just going to have a look around. Oh, it's a bit more busier down here. I mean, there's been a lot of confusion over the last, I was going to say 13 years, but the last 24 hours. Oh. And to make it even worse, the hotel that I booked for Sao Paulo, it's not actually in Sao Paulo, it's on the outskirts. The reception is only open until 6 o'clock at night, and the flight now lands later than that. So if I cancel it and find another hotel very quickly. Now this is the only airport I've been that gives you unlimited Wi-Fi. Usually airports give you 1 to 2 hours, and then you got to start paying. So I've been happy playing away on all my little games to keep me occupied. It's 11:30 and there is movement. So come to the board, Sao Paulo, 12:40, gate B20, and there is movement of lots of people going to B20, even though the flight didn't leave for another hour. But I don't care, I'm going to join the group. Yeah, just get on the plane. Well, it's 12:05 and I thought I would get on the flight, but a woman sort of pointed to the seats and told me to sit down. At least I think that's what she said. She doesn't speak any English. Nobody speaks any English, so I'm just waiting for the queue to die down and then I'm just going to go for it. There's a queue. And there's a plane as well. And that is me now in Brazil. And after checking in through customs, time to collect my bag. Now the flight, just over 9.5 hours, nothing spectacular. I was fed. I probably got only an hour's sleep in total. But I don't want to be like last time. I realise my bag's been going round. Find some space. So yeah, the flight, non-eventful. Spent most of it watching films because I know that, God, I need to sleep tonight. What time is it now? It is 7:15 at night in Brazil. So although the flight everywhere, I've seen it online from booking it to going down to the airport in Madrid, it's classed as Sao Paulo, but this airport is actually called Viracopos, and it's on the outskirts, and it's the airport for the city of Campinos. I hope I say that right. So what I'm going to do is get my bag, go and get a SIM card, because I've heard it's a bit dodgy over here getting a Brazilian one. You've got to have social security papers. I'd rather get one from the airport where they'll speak English, and the fact that they would have dealt with foreigners like me in the past. And then I'm going to get an Uber. I would have gotten the bus into the hotel I'm staying at, and I'm staying at a hotel because I'm tired, and I knew I'd be tired, and don't fancy staying in a hostel with other people snoring. I just want my own space just for one night. And it's the one night that I am going to go a bit crazy with money. So a lot of people just sit around so stand around doing not a lot, and not a lot of bags coming off. Well, that took a while to come through, but I've got my bags, and now heading out into Brazil. Right, no cameras, and this is where I am, Campinas. And I think São Paulo is about 30 kilometres away. Right, duty free, don't need it. So I've been at the ATM, I've got some Brazilian money. The Wi-Fi is not working, and there's no SIM cards inside, so it looks like I'm going to have to get the bus into the centre, which will be interesting. All I know is the hotel's near the central bus station. I mean, them guys have just asked for Uber, so whilst they did have Uber on, or Wi-Fi on, it came up saying it was 48 Brazilian, whatever the money is. I am tired. Oh, don't just take the bullet. So I did work a few extra shifts, long shifts, for this first day for a hotel, and to get a taxi into town. Do I just go for it? That's a tourist bus. And as I found out that not many people speak English. So the Uber taxi drivers behind me were offering me 70 real to get to town. It works out about £10. But this is the bus that takes you into the centro, and it's a 5-minute walk to the hotel from where it drops me off. I think this is only 10. There's a lot of people getting on this. And it's a 20-minute drive. Good job I've asked. So this bus that everyone's waiting for is going direct to São Paulo, which is about an hour's drive. So I need to find the one for this city. Do I just take the bullet? I'm here. I tried to film downstairs as I came into the hotel. They have strict no filming. They told me to delete it. But this is my room. I've just arrived. Bag set, double bed, not a shower, which will be used in the next sort of 5 minutes. So the reason people use that airport is because it's the cheapest to come into this area. If you came into São Paulo airport itself, then I think it's about an extra £200 I was looking at paying. No. So I'll show you the front, but it looks a bit dodgy. outside. I've already been stopped by a few people going, cigarettes. No mate, sorry. But that was a long journey. To think I only left yesterday morning, but it's felt like it's been about a week. I am so tired. So my plan is to stay here for one night. Tomorrow I am going to go to a hostel on the other side of town, or the city, and stay there for one night to see what it's like. If it's worth staying in Campinas, who knows? But I will have a day off from filming tomorrow just to get over the jet lag, to get over leaving England. I've just realised there's no aircon in this room and it is sweltering. Might have to open the window if I'm allowed to. But if you've enjoyed this little travel day video, it's been a while since I've done any filming, so it's been hit and miss. Then all you gotta do is press that like button. If you want to see the start of a 6-month adventure around South America, then all you gotta do is press that subscribe button. Please like this video. But until the next time, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. Bye bye for now.